Hello everybody, Neil here from the Four Corners, and welcome to a Ninjago video where we'll be ranking every single Destiny's bounty. I say every single Destiny's bounty like it's a lot, but really there's only 5 to go through in this list. While we're going through this list, also keep in mind that if a bounty is in a lower rank than another bounty, it doesn't mean that that bounty is bad, it just means that there's a lot of bounties better than that. So with that final note, let's get into ranking our Destiny's bounties. In the bottommost number 5 spot, we have the Ninjago movie bounty, and before you get a hammer and start smashing your screen and also saying Neil from the Four Corners, more like banana peel from the Four Corners, I have a pretty good explanation to why this bounty is so low on the list. Here's an example. Imagine I had a 2018 Inferno Toyota Tacoma and we also compared that to a super high-tech plane jet. Then you tell me to rank my favorite pickup trucks. Well, I'm gonna put that 2018 Inferno Toyota Tacoma at the top of my list, not that high-tech jet plane. Why? Well, that's because we're ranking trucks, not planes. And no matter how gorgeous or high-tech or fast that plane is, it's never gonna be the best pickup truck. Now that's the case with the Destiny's bounty. Think of every other Destiny's bounty like a pickup truck, and this bounty like a super gorgeous plane. The Ninjago movie bounty is one of the most beautiful and elaborate Lego boats we've ever seen, but it's not the best Destiny's bounty. And that is why the Ninjago movie bounty is so low on this list. It's amazing, but it doesn't really get that Destiny's bounty feel to me. It doesn't have that one thing that every Destiny's bounty should have, which is that awesome flight function. Now for the number 4 spot, for the people who actually stayed and didn't rage as soon as I said that the Ninjago movie bounty was in the number 5th spot, we have the Possession bounty. This Possession bounty has no negatives, and I know we're not counting the whole set, but this set is so well balanced. Usually in Ninjago we get a big bad guy build or a big good guy build, but in this case we get a big bad guy dragon and also a bigger good guy thing. I love this Possession bounty. The feature is pretty smooth. The only thing it lacks is a hole. It's pretty thin, so it can't really have a bottom area, and that's completely fine. You can either look at that as a positive or a negative. It really depends on where you're coming from. Coming to the number 3 spot, we have the land bounty, and I did say that I put the Ninjago movie bounty so low on the list because it didn't fly, and that's what I needed to see in a bounty for it to be good. And putting a land bounty so high on this list is actually contradicting my own point, but if you can't have a boat that flies, the next best thing is a boat that rolls. So while this land bounty isn't really that appealing from a looks perspective, this thing is a beast. I'm a huge fan of rugged off-road vehicles, and this thing is the definition of a rugged off-road vehicle. I also do have a lot of personal attachment to this bounty, as this was one of my first bounties and I really love this thing. For a lot of people, this might be one of those sets where you don't know you love it until you get it in real life, but for me, I love this set from the preliminary images. I just took one look at that blurry picture and I knew this was going to be my favorite Ninjago set of all time. Moving on to the number 2 spot, we have the Season 1 Destiny's bounty. Something about the simplicity really makes me attracted to it. It's the smallest of all the bounties, but something about the Season 1 bounty just makes me want to hold that thing and fly it around. It just looks so fun to play around with. This one also lacks a proper bottom space or a hole for the boat, but I don't think that really matters at this point. This feels so swooshable. Even as an older fan, I want to pick that thing up and fly it around and have so much fun with it. That's enough for the Season 1 bounty. Now we can get over to the best Ninjago Destiny's bounty of all time. In the number 1 spot, holding the title of the best Destiny's bounty of all time, is the Shintaro bounty, or the Legacy bounty. I called this the Shintaro bounty because this is the newest design that they used in the current Season 13 show. This bounty literally has everything you need. It has that bottom space or hole that a lot of the bounties were lacking, and it also has that detail the Ninjago movie bounty had. At the same time, it's better than the Possession bounty because the color scheme is really consistent and it feels nice and simple like the Season 1 bounty, which was the Season 1 bounty's strongest point. It has the simplicity that the Season 1 bounty had, yet it has that awesome feature that the Possession bounty had, and it also has the detail that the Ninjago movie bounty had. So in conclusion, the Legacy bounty is the best Destiny's bounty of all time, and that makes sense because this is the newest bounty. They had the best parts, and plus it's a Legacy set. They're supposed to make past sets better. That's all for this ranking video where we ranked every single bounty. Feel free to comment down below if you want anything higher than the other. Maybe you like the Ninjago bounty a lot and you want it to be in a third spot, or maybe you like the possession bounty a lot and you want it to be in the first spot. I'd love to see everybody's opinion and see what everybody has to share. Thank you for watching this video where we ranked all 5 Destiny's bounties, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.